Welcome to Massive Beers. My name is Matt. We do the beer stuffs here, and we do beer from this place quite often. Ecliptic and Collab. This is their Cosmic collaboration series with a brewery I never heard of before, Bearlick Beer Company. Okay, this is their Cryo Frozen Fresh Hop Double IPA. Lots of words. Two astronauts. And the hops in this are YCH 301 Trial Mosaic. Is there a comma there? YCH 301 Trial Mosaic. So that's the hop. Simcoe and Citra hops. 8% alcohol by volume. In their words, on the side here, as they always do, brewed with our punk rock friends at Bearlick Beer Co. This is double IPA, absolutely shreds with brand new cutting edge infusion of YCH 301 Cryo Frozen Fresh Hops. Asterix. And that is Mosaic, Simcoe, and Citra variants. These hops were flash frozen and cryo pelletized for an epic thrash of fresh flavor in galactic proportions. Okay, so I'm assuming who this Bearlicked? I'm probably butchering that. They're like metal people. It's got to be because Ecliptic, they really haven't thrown that vibe out in anything. So we'll see what's what. We have a date of 12/08 on this 2022. So you're talking about 3 weeks old. This is 29th. Not 28th. 12/08, right? I said that. Anyway. Ecliptic stuff gets here. It takes so long to get to me. They send pretty much everything I've reviewed has come from them. And they just send stuff out and it takes like a week and a half for stuff to travel across the country. Don't get it. It's cold. This actually, I picked this up off my doorstep probably about an hour and a half ago. Didn't really have to refrigerate it. It's perfect temp. Label-wise, I do dig their art. In this Cosmic series, I do dig. The kind of like, it's astronauts wearing jean jackets, metal, or horns, right? I'm supposed to do that. Good God. Anyway, yeah, I can dig it. This, I did not expect. You're talking about a Cryo Hop middle beer. Fancy. Let's get frozen Cryo Hop IPA. You don't expect it to be clear beer. Now, you talk to an old school beer head. Do they call that clear beer? No. Oh, that's hazy. But for all intents and purposes, that is clear beer by today's standards. A soft little haze to it. Rather aggressive central carbonation on it. This thing doesn't have an agitator on it, so this is how the beer looks. Just under a pinky finger of white, as white could be kind of head. I'm kind of excited for this, because I think I'm going to get like a new school super cryo hopped West Coasty. It's kind of how it looks. Let's get a nose. Man, stank. And sweet. And fruity. Very much tropical in this. A lot of tropical fruits on this. Sure, you get your citrus. That's almost a given with today's hops. They breed them to show that citrus. But the calling card of this beer is a non-overly sweetened kind of tropical fruit. Your kiwi, your melon, papaya, even dragon fruit kind of stuff kind of floating around in there. But it comes off at this super snappy, tight nose that kind of almost IPL level, like lager level insinuation off in the nose. And the first huff of it, in subsequent ones, I get it immediately at the beginning, and it falls off. There's this ranky funkiness. I assume that's these cryo hops kind of showing that has this kind of like, it's not garlic, it's not weed, it's not pine, it's just funk. Just something like a little bit just, I like that. I'm going to drink it. Cheers, all. That's good. It's exactly what I thought it was going to be. This is a new school hopped, tight West Coast hazy. Or West Coast IPA, sorry. Like, clean. Like, clean. Like what? When you have that West Coast IPA, and you drink it, and it's malt, water, hops. Done. Like, sure, yeast. Okay, we're making beer here. But it really is that malt star of the show, on a West Coast IPA. It really is. I mean, the hops are what make it what it is. They're the lead singer. But the malt is, either the drummer or the lead guitarist. They're very, very important. They're probably way more important than the lead singer, but, people view the lead singer. Anyway, so it's just executed perfectly. That's what you want it to be. That's what you're getting here. It's lighter than what you'd expect, especially from a double IPA of maybe even back day standards, but even today's standards. But it's so crisp and clean and easily drinkable. You have no qualms. You're not like, okay, maybe they're using a little brew sugars here. Drop the malt down a little bit. It's still malty. But it just comes off super sappy, super tight. It's like squeaky clean. It's like you rub a window when it's super clean and it makes that squeak to it. That's how this thing drinks as a whole. Hop-wise. It is really just this fruit melange of aggressiveness. That tropical fruit. Again, number one here, but the other ones start to eat again. You get a little bit of kind of peach ringiness from it. You get this kind of citrus kind of it's not candied citrus here. It's a little bit more kind of, I want to say pledgy, but it's not caustic or negative, and it's the most positive way, but it's that tropical fruit leading the way. In a gum candy kind of way, in a soft candy kind of way, not a hard candy kind of way. Bittering's there, dries out, so you have a dry beer that finishes dry, almost bruddy dry. This is really good, like really good. Oh, dangerous is what it is. 8%, right? Good God. I could drink 4 of these real fast. Make a lot of bad decisions. That's delicious. That's absolutely delicious. People don't make beer like this much anymore. Sure, they do on the West Coast, but we don't get a ton of it here. And even a lot of eclectic stuff, even though as of late, recently, a lot of their stuff they send me is pretty much spot on bangers. But to get this level of just freaking super taut, tight, squeaky clean, malt forward, but hop driven, westiness with all the new school yeasty, new yeastiness. This is a super fun surprise. I love it. I love it. One of the better IPAs I've had this year. No joke. No joke. That is delicious. Yeah. Man. This is the part where I hate, they don't send me, 4-packs or shit. Sometimes breweries, more often breweries, they'll send you, a 4-pack. Or send you, a mixed case, and there's doubles, and you're like, okay. So, Ecliptic pretty much sends singles of their stuff. Worst packaging in the history of mankind, too. This came in, a case that could fit, 2 750s. This and 2 cans this size came in. Not of this. I got 2 different cans. And it's like, oh my God, why are you sending out such a big package? Man, I wouldn't want this in a keg because it's 8% and I want to die. But at the same time, this is delicious. If you were to get this off a shelf, buy it from the brewery, whatever, in the state that I'm drinking it, again, I don't know how this beer will hold up in a warehouse without refrigeration. I think it would be pretty good, being how clean it is and the kind of hops that are being used. But at the same time, I've I've talked about some eclectic beers maybe not being that great because they've taken a week to get here, and the heat, it has been epically cold for the past week. So this beer did not suffer in travel. But man, you told me this is a double IPA like this, and we're gonna charge you $18 a 4-pack. I'm not. I have no problem with that whatsoever. I have no idea what their price point is. They send notes when they send beers off. It probably says in there, but I don't like reading that stuff because I think it influences. So yeah, Mount Rushmore double IPA, recent beers, probably over the past quite a while. That good. Sure, there's a little bit of kind of like it's a clear beer and it's not a hazy and those kind of things. So you don't get them a lot, so they're a little bit more special. But all I know is the beer's delicious and that's all that matters. There you go. Ecliptic. And it's Bear Lake Brewing. Gonna have to find some more of their stuff with experimental hops. So it's YCH301 trial, which is what I gleaned from this can is a Mosaic, Simcoe, and Citra hopped variant, new school variant Cryo hop. Hey, call it whatever you want. I'm in. Absolutely delicious. Mount Rushmore status. One of the better double IPAs I've had as late. Have you had this beer? Have you had Ecliptic stuff, first off? Have you had Barrel stuff before? Have you had this collab, this specific batch? I don't have to read it off because it's a one-off. Down there. Let's talk about it. So there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying good beer right now. We'll see you next time. Cheers, y'all.